Hello everybody, welcome to another video about the Lord of the Rings LCG. I am Ryan, and I'm going to be playing some solo games today. It's been a long time since I made a video of any kind, and Joseph has been bugging me continually to make a new video because I haven't made one for 3 months. And to be honest, he's right, I should make more videos. So we're going to be getting back to some two-player games very soon, I promise. I just haven't made videos for a while because I was really busy with work, and then I went to Con of the Rings, and I probably played more Lord of the Rings in a 5, 6 days. I probably played, I think it was 28 games or something like this. It was a lot of games. That doesn't even include the losses. So really amazing experience at Con of the Rings. And then I came back to Australia, and I wanted to take a little break from Lord of the Rings, but actually I bought a lot of physical cards while I was in the USA, so I've been playing with some of those. And I've also been playing a game called 2 Point Hospital. I don't know if you are into things like Theme Hospital or Theme Park, those classic 90s sim games. I used to really love those games, and 2 Point Hospital is sort of a modern update on Theme Hospital. It's amazing. I love 2 Point Hospital. So that has been keeping me very busy. But Friday night I sat down to play with some physical cards. Like I said, I bought a lot of stuff, and one of the things I bought while I was in the USA was the Lost Realm expansion. I didn't have that in Australia. So what I thought I'd do is just play through that box in one video. So I've set up Intruders and Chetwood here, and I did this on Friday night. I just played through all 3 quests, and it was really fun. This is not a cycle I have fond memories of, to be honest, Angmar Awakened. And when it was announced as one of the Con of the Rings sort of extravaganza quests, they do extravaganza quests, so it was Angmar Awakened and Dream Chaser cycle. So when this one was sort of advertised, I was a bit not sure if I want to play that again. But it turned out I really enjoyed it, actually. It was awesome, not just playing with my friends and people I had never played with before, all the people at Con of the Rings who were there, but just revisiting this quest line was really good in 4-player. Although some of the quests in this cycle are pretty disgusting in 4-player, and I think Intruders and Chetwood, the first quest, is one of them, because this is a quest that can combo on you big time. And I think we lost this 2 or 3 times on the first day of the convention before we beat it. Anyway, I've actually really enjoyed revisiting this, as it turns out. I probably didn't play this cycle for about 2 years solo, something like that. It's been quite fun to play through this box again. I'm going to be playing this Dane Ironfoot deck that I've played a few times on the channel now, so there's nothing new here, although I have refined it a little bit since the last videos I made with that. I think I've done 3 or 4 videos now. I just really like this deck. I played it at Con of the Rings a lot. I find it really strong and challenging to play as well, because it starts off on 34 threats, so you can't hide from enemies. And I just really like the mechanics. Deck discarding is fun to me. Mining is fun. I really like self-mill. I don't know why. I just really like that sort of aspect of games. I really enjoyed that in Game of Thrones with House Baratheon. It's also quite good for this box. Certainly the 3rd quest, Dead Man's Dyke, because that's a quest that mills your deck for you, so I actually can profit off of that with things like Hidden Cache. So I'm unashamedly playing it against that quest, but Dead Man's Dyke is quite hard, so I don't care. It's actually not too good against the 2nd quest, Weather Hills, because I don't have any healing, so there will be some challenge there. So if you have seen this deck or played this deck, the only changes I've made currently for this build is I don't have a sideboard anymore, so I'm just trying to focus on the 50 cards I think are most important. I did have 3 copies of Treebeard in here, but I've taken out 2 and replaced them with 2 Northern Trackers, because Northern Tracker's got really good stats, and he brings something else to the deck, which is location clearing while they're in the staging area, which this deck didn't have before. And I've actually put in 3 copies of Will of the West. The reason being that I don't think this deck needs it for the majority of quests. Most of the time you win before you actually need to play one of these. But I have played through this entire cycle over the last few days, except Karn Doom, which I can't beat with this deck. Well, I only tried it twice. And a couple of the games do go long. Like, for example, Waste of Eriador, I think I cycled my deck so that I could keep lowering my threat. And Dead Men's Dyke as well, you lose if you have an empty deck. So Will of the West is kind of necessary in that quest for this deck anyway. So I've put in 3 copies just so that I don't need to sideboard at all for this. And I've taken out some of the jank. I think I took out Dwarf Pipe, which I had 1 copy of. Not really necessary. It's just easier to run 3 copies of Will of the West. So, like I said, most games, to be honest, this is actually a dead card, which is why I don't think you should run it for the majority of the time. But I'm just doing it here so I don't need to actually modify my deck in any way. Other than that, it's the same deck that I posted on RingsDB a while ago. Alright, so let's get started, I guess. So we'll start off with Intruders and Chetwood. Now I'm actually going to reshuffle my starting hand here because I looked in the deck even though I did shuffle it. And there's a card I'm going to be looking for. And that card is Elfhelm. So I will shuffle this a few times and just draw 6. Now the reason I'm going to be looking for Elfhelm, and I don't have him in this hand, is because this quest jacks your threat at the end of each round according to the number of enemies in the staging area. And I need to build up a little bit. I don't want to engage this Orc War Party turn 1. So I don't want to threat out because I'm starting at 34. It's a real risk for this deck, I think, in this quest. So I have not got Elfhelm here. I'm going to mulligan. Let's see if I can get him. Nope, but I've got some good stuff. I've got Bilbo Baggins to get Wizard Pipe. That's good. I've got some Quest and Power of the Ether Swordsman. Already is nice on Dane Ironfoot, so I could actually engage an enemy and tank it for a while, considering I've got this armor. Also, this West Road Traveler is quite good in this quest because there's a lot of travel effects, so she might come in handy. That's good. Alright, let's go. So, stop the war party. Set up. Put Iarian into play. I'm just going to call this guy Ian. So, put Ian down here. Add 1 Orc War Party to the staging area. Each player adds 1 different location to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So, I'm going to take the classic Shrouded Hills. So Ian is XXX4, where X is the number of quest cards in play. So he's currently 1, 2, 3. And whenever a side quest is revealed, he readies. Then we've got this Orc War Party while it's in the staging area. Enemies in the staging area cannot take damage. That's pretty irrelevant for me. I can't win the game while it's in play, so I've got to kill it or get rid of it. And then Shrouded Hills, X is the number of quest cards in play. So that is a 1. And while there's only 1 quest card in play, it gains Surge. That's why you start with that, because it won't surge when you add it to the staging area. Alright, 30 quest points on this one. Enemies do not make engagement checks, and force at the end of the refresh phase, raise each player's threat by 1 for each enemy in the staging area. That's what I was talking about while I'm looking for Elfhelm. The players cannot defeat this stage unless the first player controls Iarian. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. I think one of the worst cards in this quest is Sudden Assault. In fact, it's probably the worst card in this quest because you can't cancel it. So that's the main thing I'm probably going to be thinking about at the start of this quest, because I want to keep up Dane Ironfoot. Basically, that's a treachery that makes each enemy in the staging area do an attack on you. So I'm going to be keeping up my defender at all times, just in case that treachery does come out. And it's another reason not to let this staging area build up with enemies. It's not just jacking your threat, but it's also if that treachery is revealed and they all do an attack on you, it's going to be super painful. So let's go. Alright, I got 2 West Road Travelers coming. Bilbo Baggins. I got lots of options. Now I'm going to be questing for 7, turn 1, and there's 4 threat in the staging area. So I do not want to jack my threat unnecessarily from failing on the quest. I'm kind of tempted on doing Bilbo and getting the Wizard Pipe. That's quite a strong play. I don't need that West Road Traveller there on top of my deck, so I'm probably going to play him. And I'll go and fetch my Wizard Pipe so I can start getting Gandalf's toys online. And that will shuffle up my deck and maybe, hopefully, bring Elfhelm to the top. Toymaker. That's good because I can get a free attachment next turn. So I'll probably... don't want to play that. I also want to discard a card so I can get a resource on Arwen. So out of these cards in my hand, I'm probably thinking about discarding either the Swordsman or the Traveller. Probably the Traveller, just because the Swordsman quests for so much when I've got a bunch of them out. So I'm going to discard her. And I'll probably leave it there. I don't need to play this pipe unnecessarily. I'm not sure if there are shadow effects in this quest that discard attachments, but in case I do need to defend an attack, I don't want to lose that card. So I'll quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try and stick some progress down on the main quest. And I'm up by 5, so I'll reveal a card. Maybe I should shuffle the encounter deck before I do this, actually, just in case I made any mistakes when I looked at it. Okay, first card. Outlying Homestead, Doomed 1. Another reason for Elfhelm. While it's in the staging area, players cannot reduce their threat. Travel, reveal a card from the encounter deck. That would have been very useful to have that Westward Traveller while that's out. So 6 threat, 3 progress. I'll travel to Shrouded Hills, I think, and just leave this homestead up there. Now, do I want to engage this war party? I kind of do, but I don't think I can kill it. So I think I'll do 1 turn of threat jacking. So I'm just going to go to the end of the round and refresh, I think. So I raise my threat by 1 because there's 1 enemy in the staging area. Okay, that Ether Swordsman, I wonder if I could finish this off really quickly. That would be awesome. Probably not, now I've said that. I'm sure a side quest will be revealed that will slow me down. I'm going to play him, though. So that's 2 willpower, and then I could play my Toymaker for another 2 and get the Unexpected Courage out, which would be great. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3. Play my Toymaker. Let's get Unexpected Courage out on Dane Ironfoot in case I need to defend a couple of attacks. And then I can discard a card. So I've got an Armor of Erebor there. I would like to have a card, a cancellation available. This Test of Will. So I'm thinking Sigil Minor is probably the card I don't need him. I've got lots of willpower, but it'd be great to be able to slam any sort of quest card that comes out. I think I'm going to get rid of him, so I'll discard him to gain a resource. Okay, I'm questing up against 5. I'll do 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 13. I want to clear the active location here. 1 card, Angmar Orc. When revealed, either discard 1 ally from play or reveal an additional encounter card. So I've got 7. That's going to give me 6 progress. If I discard an ally, I won't clear this active location. It's not really a when revealed I normally want to cancel. I think in this case I will, just so I can make sure I clear that active. So I make 6 progress, that's 1 on there, and clear that one. Travel, reveal a card from the encounter deck. Now if that's an enemy, it's going to be terrible, but I don't like that passive, so I'm going to do it. Reveal a card. Another Angmar Orc, okay. I will discard my Toymaker. At least I can travel there. So they don't make engagement checks, so I can engage one of them optionally. And I'll defend it with Dane Ironfoot. No shadow effect, good. And he's only attacking for 2. End of the round, I raise my threat by 2 for the 2 enemies in the staging area, and then refresh. Okay, another Ether Swordsman. I reckon I'll probably play him, because that's a lot of willpower. Oh yeah, love seeing that hidden cache on top of the deck. So now we're talking serious willpower. I'm going to discard my Armor of Erebor, and then I'll play 1 on Dane Ironfoot, so he goes up to 4 defense natively. And then quest phase, I'm up against 5. I want to clear that active. So here's 6, 7, 8. Now it'd be great to put some damage on this orc. And I can do that if I don't engage another enemy. So there's 8, 11. It's probably not enough. I want to clear that homestead. I'll do the full 15. 1 card. Rugged Country. If the current quest is a side quest, it gets +2 threat. It is not. So that is 7 progress. Should have quested with Dane. Okay, I'll engage this other Angmar Orc just to get it out of the staging area. Shadow cards. I'll defend the first one on the left. Let's have a look at this. Attacking enemy gets +1 for each quest card in play. That's 3, so he's not going to do any damage. I'm not going to use Dane's ability here in case I need it for this shadow effect. There's a really bad one where it gets +1 attack for each ally in play, so I won't trigger his ability. I'll ready him up, defend this second one. There it is. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack for each ally the defending player controls. So I'm guessing he counts as an ally, so that's +4. So he's now hitting for 6. And I'm defending for 4, so I discard hidden cash. Oh, that is beautiful. That's like the 4th time this weekend I've got a double hidden cash. That's 4 resources off of that defense. So he goes up to 6, so no damage. And I'll also discard that Elven Light with the 3rd trigger of Dane Ironfoot's ability, just to get it into the discard pile. End of the round, raise my threat by 1 for the Orc War Party and refresh. Just going to have a bit of my tea. I need some tea to get through this quest. Alright, let's get rid of these. Okay, Elven Light on top of my deck is not particularly helpful. So I'm going to play my Sigil Miner, put him up here, and I'll say 1. Oh, I love it. Now we're swarming. So I get 1 resource off that. Another Elven Light on top of my deck. So I think what I'll do is I will play the Wizard Pipe on Gandalf, swap that Swordsman to the top, and just play him so I can actually make use of Gandalf's ability. Glorfindel there. So now these guys are questing for 12 just by themselves. I'll draw a card with Elven Light, which is Glorfindel as a Northern Tracker. And I'll probably chuck Glorfindel away. Actually, it's probably... I think it's better to actually draw that Northern Tracker. And then I'll just discard Elven Light to gain a resource on Arwen. Pardon me. Alright, so there's 5 threat in the staging area. Now it'd be great to kill an enemy this turn. Now I'm questing for a lot with these guys. So there's 12. That ought to be enough to clear this. I'd be very surprised if this could chuck out 7 threat. Although anytime I say stuff like that, quest do it. So I'm going to quest for 14. And let's see, I can do 4, 5, 6 with armor. So that might be enough to kill one of these guys. Let's do that. 1 card. Surprise and speed. When revealed, each player returns 1 enemy engaged with him to the staging area. That is great because that is only going to add 2 threat. And it won't surge and gain Doom 1. Normally that card always surges. So that's 7 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to re-engage that guy. In fact, I'll travel to Rugged Country, re-engage him. Shadow cards. Alright, Dane Ironfoot, do your stuff. +1 attack for each ally the defending player. Stop it. Stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attack. That's a 9 attack. That is crazy. So, I will have to use his ability 3 times. 1. Beautiful. 2, although that's actually making that shadow effect worse. 2. I want that test of will. So I will draw a card to draw it into my hand. And I also want that threat reduction, but I can't get it. So 3rd trigger, 3. So that puts him on 7 defense, so he's going to take 2 wounds. Now I'm a little bit worried about him dying. Because if there's another one of those, and that's the shadow card, I am totally ruined. And I think there's 3 of them. There might be 2. I think there's probably 3 of those guys and 2 of the captains. I don't remember, but I think I'm probably gonna chump because I don't want my hero to die, and I can still kill one of them. Defender player either exhausts a hero he controls or returns attacking enemy to the station after this attack. So it's not actually going to kill the miner because he's only doing 2 attack. So I will exhaust Arwen, and that does 1 wound to him. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to kill this punk because he had the bad shadow effect. End of the round, raise my threat by 1 for that guy. And go to the next turn. Now I'm actually going to control R because I don't need that Wizard Pipe, so I'm going to mine it off. I'm going to say 1. Goes the Westward Traveller. Oh, that's really good, getting that silver lamp. So, new turn. And threat reduction. I think I'll play that threat reduction now before I die. So I'll go down to 38. And I'll discard this. And just play my Silver Lamp, which is going to let me look at these shadow cards, and at least then I can know whether or not I need to chump or not. I'll probably quest for 14 again. I have cancellation available. There's only 3 in the staging area. 1 card, rugged country, so that's 9 progress. Let's put 6 on there. Travel there. Now, do I want to engage this? Probably not. I think I'll get rid of this Angmar Orc this turn. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I can kill it. So I've got 3 spare, but even if I took that down, it's not going to do a lot. So let's just play it safe. I'll leave it up there. Shadow card for this. I can see it. Attacking enemy gets +1. Return attacking enemy to the stage after this attack. What a little idiot. I should have taken the war party, but you live and learn. Just defend. And he's going to get +1, so he's going up to 3. It's not going to do anything. I think I will draw that Will of the West. See if I can get some rubbish out of my deck. Okay. Unexpected Courage is good, so I'll swap Elven Light to the top of my deck, use Dane Armfoot's ability to discard it. Another of Armor of Erebor wouldn't be terrible, because then he'd be 5 defense, so I can defend that more easily, so I won't trigger his ability again. And it'll go back to the staging area, which will make me raise my threat by 2 at the end of the round. I will just go to the next turn. Okay, I probably do need that threat reduction, to be honest, but I don't need it immediately. I'll swap that to the top of my deck and say 1. Northern Tracker goes by. Discard this one to gain another resource. I really want Gandalf's Staff. That's the card I'm thinking about right now. I haven't discarded any of them yet, so one should come pretty soon. I will play Armor of Erebor. And that's going to put him up to 5. Now I think I can afford to engage another enemy, but I can only engage 1 a turn. I would like to keep a resource for Test of Will, which means I can't play this Toymaker from the top of my deck. So I'll probably just hold my resources. Questing, let's go for the 14 again. And there's 5 up there now, so I wonder if I should do a little bit more. I'll go with Armor 2. Let's do 17, because I can only engage 1 enemy. 1 card. Sudden Assault, there it is. If the total willpower of characters committed to the quest is greater than the total threat in the staging area, each enemy in the staging area makes an immediate attack against the first player. So the second bit will be that you go and get an Orc War Party, but we are going to get an attack. And they're not engaged with me, so the shadow effects will be face down. So he's highest engagement cost. So I'll get rid of that. I think I'm going to chump against this Orc War Party. I'm going to do it with this guy. I can't remember if there are any deal 1 damage shadow effects in this. I don't think there are. So do this. Nothing. So he dies. And then this one, if it gets that shadow effect, it's looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which will take him up to 9. And I can get up to 8. So I'll be okay. Fingers crossed I'll be okay. Nothing, and an Orc War Party goes by. Now I can use Dane's ability because he is defending, and it's 3 times per phase. So I think I probably won't, because this Toymaker's all right, but I could do. Anyway, so it didn't add any threats, so I get 12. So 1, 2, 3, and another 9 on here. I'm close to winning now. I'll engage Angmar Orc. Let's get rid of this idiot, and then I'll ready Dane Armfoot. Combat phase, shadow card, face up. Defending player discards 1 attachment he controls for each quest card in play. Well, that's only 1, so which one am I going to discard? I don't want to discard my Silver Lamp, that's for sure. Not Unexpected Courage. Maybe the Pipe. How many's in my discard pile? 1 in there, so there's 1 more in my deck, and I'm going to get through my deck pretty quickly now. So I'll probably go for the Pipe. Defend with Dane Armfoot. This goes, I'll get rid of the Wizard Pipe. No damage because he's only 2 attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Annoying. Maybe I should have took that undefended. 2 damage. And then end of the round, +1 for the war party, refresh. Draw that Toymaker. Unexpected cards on top of my deck is nice. I'll discard Glorfindel to gain a resource. It'd be great to swap the Toymaker to the top of my deck now, but what I'll do is I'll go... I'll probably play that Unexpected Courage, I think, on Dane Ironfoot. Hidden Cash, great. 0. Will of the West goes by, so I gain 3 resources off that Hidden Cash. And I'll go for the other... Oh, actually, the 2 attack from the Northern Tracker would be good. I've got 8 resources, so I can actually play both and still have a resource for Test of Will, which is incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4 for a Northern Tracker. That's 2 attack to help kill that war party. 1, 2, 3. Another Toymaker. This is going to make that shadow effect terrible now, but at least I can see it. And I get a free attachment. So I'm going to play this on Gandalf because he's 3 attack. And I've got 3 defenses with Dane, so that hopefully will be enough. A quest for 4. I kind of want to keep some attack power. I wonder if I could do 8 against 3. I only need 5 progress. Do another 4. So that's up by 9. I think that's good. 1 card. Orc Rearguard, typical. No more than 3 progress tokens can be placed on the current quest each round. While Orc Rearguard is the current quest, it gains force. At the end of the staging step, reveal 1 card from the encounter deck. Awesome design because it stopped me from winning. 1, 2, 3. Although I can still win because I only need 2 progress rather, to complete this. So I might get away with it. So an encounter side quest was revealed, so he gets some buffs to his stats, and he would have ready too. No threat though, it's not Surge, so 9 progress, although actually only 3. Did I already put those on? 1 second. Willpower to 12, adds a progress to stop the war party. Yeah, I did. Okay, engage. Shadow cards. It's risky to engage this without Gandalf's staff, but I want to get it out of there. Defending character gets -1 defense for each quest stage in play. Interesting shadow effect there. And this one's not going to do anything. So I will defend the war party with Dane Ironfoot. I've got 5 defenses, hitting for 6. So I'll discard the Sigil Miner to go up to 6 defense. I'll probably discard that Toymaker because I'm looking for Gandalf's staff here. Eredluin Miner, that's nice. I'll ready him and defend my Angmar Orc. I get -2 defense, so it's 2 against 3, so it's not going to do any damage, but I'll discard this Miner into play with Dane's ability. I'll ready him up. And I wonder if I can get rid of both of them. I need 4 to kill that Angmar Orc. So he is dead. And then ready him. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That kills it. Awesome. Didn't even need that Northern Tracker. Don't need to raise my threat anymore because there's no enemies in the staging area, so I will go to the next turn. But I will actually just ready my characters and Sigil Mine. I'll say 2. Silver Lamp goes, or either Wizard Pipe goes. That's okay, I think. I get 1 resource next turn. 3 Gandalf Staff in the bottom 6 cards of my deck. At least I've got access to it now. I think I'll play that. Treebeard on top. I'll discard a Will of the West to gain a resource, and then I'll go down by 6. So I go to 38. Nothing in a staging area. I only need 3 progress. I think... Now I'm going to predict this. The only card that can stop me, I think, is Rescue Earium. Because I don't think you can win while that side quest is in play. So now I've predicted that. There's a strong possibility that that card is going to get revealed. I will quest for 2, 4, 8, 12. 1 card. It didn't. Good. Borders of Breeland. While it's in the staging area, it gains force. At the beginning of the quest phase, return 1 enemy, engage with the player to the staging area. That's going to do nothing. So I will quest on the main quest, which I obviously was going to do anyway because I need 2. I get 3. 1, 2, 3, and I think that's a win. Hopefully no mistakes, but a quick game. And that was very different to the game I played of this over I think it was Friday night I was playing these quests because I got Elfhelm turn 1, so that threat jack really was completely irrelevant. There I actually needed to think about it. So that was good. Enjoyed that. Let's go on to the next quest, which is the Weather Hills. And this is much harder for this deck. Let's load up my deck and then grab the Weather Hills. As in here, Lost Realm, Weather Hills. Now then, let's have a think about what we need for this quest. This quest does a lot of damage, so Test of Will is very good. You do not want to be taking damage on heroes because there's a hero blanking condition in this, and I'm very reliant on my hero abilities, particularly Dane Ironfoot, so I don't want him getting blanked. And considering he may actually get damage from defending, there's a strong risk of that. Similarly, I want to be able to gain resources off of Arwen, so I think, looking at this opening hand I've been given here, I'm actually going to keep it. Because Gandalf's staff is good, obviously, but I've got a Test of Will, and I'm about to draw Elven Light, which gives me some draw as the game goes on. So I think it might actually be a good one to keep. There's no healing in Spirit, and the only card I think that I had in this deck for healing was Magic Ring, and I took it out because I found I didn't really need it most of the time. So I have none, so I'm going to keep this Test of Will. Okay, so Scattered Among the Hills, the Weather Hills. Set up. Set Orc, Ambush, and Amon Fawn aside out of play. Create the Orc deck, C insert, and set it next to the quest deck. So the Orc deck is this one. It's got all those Angmar Orcs in it, plus these 3 concealed Orc camp locations. When I played this on Friday night, I didn't get any of these. I just constantly got enemies. But this is useful because you can place resource tokens on the mission. We'll find out what the mission is in a second. Make exposed ridge the active location. Add hunting the orcs and 1 weathered hilltop to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Right, so exposed ridge is this one. While it's the active location, it gains force. At the end of the refresh phase, each player deals 1 damage to a character he controls. Kind of want to clear that straight away. That's not a nice thing. And then this weathered hilltop in the staging area gets +1 threat for each resource token on it. And forced, after a weather treachery is revealed from the encounter deck, place 1 resource token here. So this gradually ramps, and there was an achievement at Con of the Rings, I think, to get this to 10 threat or something, and still have it in the staging area. It was quite fun to do. Probably quite difficult in solo though. And then we've got this objective, hunting the orcs. It's a mission. Forced, after an enemy is defeated, place 1 resource token here. Then, if there are at least X resource tokens here, flip hunting the orcs and place each resource token that was on it on savage counterattack, which is the other side. X is 3 more than the number of players in the game, so that is 4. So I'm going to be looking to get to 4. And I'm going to put 4 damage on it to remind myself of that. I found that when I played this, it forced the quest along more than when we played it at Con of the Rings. So we played it 4-player, and we had a little bit of time to build up. But in solo, anytime you clear the active location, you get an enemy, and you can't really afford to leave those guys around, so you end up sort of getting through it much faster, I think, than you'd like, maybe. Which is kind of interesting, changes the dynamic a little bit. Then we've got the Orc Ambush and Amon Fawn aside out of play. I'm glad that Orc Ambush is not in the encounter deck. So I've done all that, and I'm happy with my starting hand, keeping that one. So flip this one over. Now the first Weather Treachery card revealed each round gains Surge. Easy to forget, so I'll try not to. And Force, after the active location is explored, reveal the top card of the Orc deck and resolve its staging as if it was just revealed from the encounter deck. Reveal the top 2 cards instead if there are 3 or more players in the game. So only 1 enemy here, or maybe a location, who knows. Alright, let's get going. Another card actually, I've just realised it's going to be quite good here, is this Westward Traveller again, because I could actually swap the ridge for the hilltop. And this ridge is pretty benign while it's in the staging area. In fact, it does nothing. It's just 3 threat. I'm not saying 3 threat is particularly good, But at least that force effect won't go off if, let's say, I don't clear it on the first turn. So that might be an option here, although I'm kind of trading 1 threat for 3, which is not a great trade. It'd be better if I clear it, I think. Although I will get an enemy. This is tricky, a tricky quest. Right, I need to keep a resource for Tested Will in case I get the blanket damage treachery or the blanking treachery. Those are the two I'm worried about. I think one of them's called Biting Wind and the other one's Cold from Angmar. So those are the two I want to cancel here. So I'm going to keep a resource for that. I'll probably discard Elven Light because obviously I don't need to use that for anything. Now what I want to do, I feel like I need to play Willpower because I've got 6 against 1. I've never actually tried this play of swapping the ridge for the hilltop. I don't think it's terrible, and if I don't clear the active location turn 1, it's actually kind of good, because then I don't have to deal with an enemy. The reason I lost this the first time I tried it with this deck is because I got one of those little orcs that does an immediate attack on the first turn, plus the enemy off the active location. And when you start at 34, dealing with 3 attacks on the first turn is hard. So I'm actually going to try that, where I'm going to play this and swap that ridge for that hilltop. And let's see if it's a good play or not. So I'm now questing up against 3. But I do have 8 willpower to play with. And then I'll probably use Gandalf's ability just to get this wizard pipe working. Okay, so if I reveal a treachery, I won't add any threat. So I could actually clear the active location. I don't think I want to be honest. So let's think about doing 6. Now, the worst it could probably reveal, I'm guessing, is another 3, in which case I would break even. If I reveal no threat, then I'll make 3 progress. If I reveal no threat with her, I'll make 5 and potentially clear it. If I reveal an enemy, which has got 2 threat, I think, I'll make 3 progress and I won't get an enemy off the active location. If I don't, I will get an enemy off the active location, but I'll still have Dane Ironfoot. So I think I'm going to quest for the 8 and reveal 1 card. Cornered Orc, that's the guy I was talking about. So after it engages a player, it makes an immediate attack. So I will be taken to attacks. I can't hide from him because it's only 20 engagement cost. But the good thing is I don't clear the active location. And I didn't get a weather treachery either. Okay, so I obviously can't travel there. So I have to engage Cornered Orc. It makes an immediate attack. Now the question is, do I take this one undefended or not? It really makes no difference, I think. So I'll take the first one undefended. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Boy, do I love seeing that shadow effect when you've taken it undefended. I'm probably going to put that on to Gandalf. Because if I do get a hero blanked, it's not too bad with Gandalf because he does still have awesome raw stats. I just don't get access to his ability anymore and I can't play with the top card of my deck face up. Not the end of the world. Much worse if Dane Ironfoot's blanked. Combat phase, another shadow card for him. Now I'll defend with Dane Ironfoot. No shadow effect here, which is good. I want to think about what I want to draw. I think draw an Armor of Erebor, not terrible, but I don't think I need this right now. I think I'd probably rather get some willpower or something. So I'll discard it. Galadrim's Greeting, I've got one in hand. I'll discard it. Another one. Bit weird. I think I'll discard it. I don't want to draw that. Elven Light, okay. I can't do any damage to him. So end of the round, nothing to do. So just refresh. I want to get some readying on Dane Ironfoot too. I think I'm going to be taking another enemy, which is a problem. So I'm actually going to draw a card, as bizarre as that is, because it's hidden cash, but I've got no way to get it off the top of my deck. And I can swap it back to the top of my deck with Gandalf's ability. Now I think having Gandalf's staff here would be good. So I will play Erebor Toymaker from the top of my deck, who will give me a free attachment. And that's going to be Gandalf's staff. And then I'll swap Hidden Cache for Will of the West, and I'll discard Elven Light to get a resource on Arwen for that Test of Will. Okay, 3 threat. I really don't want to clear this. So, I wonder if I should just quest for 4. What's the downside of that? I'm probably going to add some threat. Unless I reveal, say, 2 treacheries. But I've got Galadrim's Greeting in hand. Will of the West is in hand, so I can reshuffle my discard pile in this game, no problem. I reckon that I'm going to do that. I really don't want to take a second enemy and be taking it undefended. I want to deal with this orc. So I'm just going to quest for 4. It's a weather, Cold from Angmar. So each player deals 1 damage to hero he controls. Attach Cold from Angmar to the current quest. And then you treat each damaged character's printed text box as if it were blank except for keywords and traits. Now that's going to be Gandalf, which is obviously not very nice. This is going to surge though. I'm going to cancel it just because I can. I think if I get another one while I'm on this quest stage, I'll let it go. Surges into Ice Storm. When revealed, each player assigns X damage among characters he controls, where X is the number of quest cards in play. Then exhaust each damaged character. Well, that's going to mean I can't kill that orc, unfortunately. I'll put it on Gandalf again. And then I exhaust him. But I didn't add any threat, so I only make 1 progress again. So I don't clear it, which is exactly what I wanted. Shadow card for this guy. Now, I feel like I can defend this. And keep Gandalf's staff at a resource. So it's a little bit greedy, but I'm going to do it. Let's see what this is. Assign X damage among characters you control. Sorry, X number of quest cards in play. That's 1. So again, don't let the side quest pile up. I'll put that on my Toymaker because that's going to do nothing. And then I'm going to discard that top card in my deck to get 2 resources. Another Test of Will, that's great. So I'm going to draw that. Oh, I love it. So I'll trigger Dane Ironfoot for a 2nd time, get a free Eredluin Miner. And another Armor of Erebor. Yeah, getting 2 of those is fine. So I'll let that one stay there. And then I can actually do 2 attack, 1 wound. I use Gandalf's staff to gain a resource. I don't think I've got my 3rd Elven Light in there. Nope, I don't. So I'll go to the end of the round, nothing to do. Refresh. Unexpected Courage, that's what I want. That is the card I want. I will play that. Treebeard. Always nice to see Treebeard. I got 2 resources to play with. I'm going to discard Elven Light to gain another one. I'm thinking about dropping my threat, but it doesn't actually do you much good unless you reveal an Angmar Captain. That is a risk here, though. It attacks for 5. And I can defend it pretty easily, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if I did get him. I like the idea of an Aether Swordsman. Having that willpower out is great, although there's a lot of damage in this, so they're quite vulnerable. I think I'll go for an Armor of Erebor, just to get Dane looking tooled up, because I think there is a strong chance of getting another enemy this turn. Now, questing, I've got 3. I'll do 2, 4, I'll do 7 this time, in the hope that I will actually clear the active location. 1 card. Tragic Discovery. When revealed, raise each player's threat by the threat of the active location. Now that's important because I revealed a bunch of weathers and I didn't actually add tokens to that. So let's just go back a second and think about what those were. I revealed an Ice Storm, and I know I revealed a Cold from Angmar. So that should have another 2 on it. I didn't reveal that card. That was a shadow effect. So I should put 2 tokens on there, which means that's actually a 3 threat location. So I raised my threat by 3. Good job, I got that. Galadrim's Greeting. Doesn't surge though, because it's not a weather, so I get 4 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't do anything on there. So after the active location is explored, I reveal the top card of the Orc deck. It's a concealed orc camp, that's good. And while it's the active location, it gains response. When concealed orc camp is explored, place 1 resource token on the mission objective. Travel. The first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an orc enemy and puts it into play engage with him. Shuffle the encounter deck. You want to save those, you don't want to travel to them for the sake of it, so I'm going to go to that exposed ridge, and I can put the damage on this Eredluan miner. Alright, combat phase, let's see if we can actually get rid of this idiot. So, defend with Dane Ironfoot. Shadow card. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack. It's not going to destroy a character. So I'm going to Wizard Pipe, swap this. Discard it for the sake of it. Ooh, I want that guy. Gaining money. So no damage, and then I can just kill him with Gandalf. No biggie. Easy, and I get a token there. Gain a resource off the staff. I think I'm done. Did I pay for that Armor of Erebor? Let me scroll back and check. Moves armor. Looks like I didn't. I thought I had 4 on her, so that seems to have corrected that. End of the round, I have to deal a damage to a character, or end of the refresh phase, so put it there. Refresh. Okay, Silver Lamp on top of the deck, that's really good. I'll play that. I don't need Gandalf's staff again, so I'm going to play my Sigil Miner, and I will say 2, mine it, get 1 resource. There's a nice free ally there. Up. Ah, yeah, I want to keep the cancellation. I also want to discard a card. So I think, yeah, that I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking about here is the assigned damage among characters committed to the quest treachery. Now I can cancel it if it comes out. So I'm going to play my Ether Swordsman, so I get a bit more willpower and start crushing the whatever comes out. So I'll quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be enough. Up against 2. 1 card. Another Cold from Angmar. Each player deals 1 damage to a hero he controls, and then you put it on the current quest. And you treat each damaged character's printed text box as if it were blank, except for keywords and traits. Interesting choice again. Do I cancel this one? It's going to surge. I think when this is out, those damage ones get exponentially worse. I think I'm going to let it go, because I'm actually kind of getting set up to kill enemies here. So I'm going to let it stick on the quest, which means Gandalf is blank. So the visibility here is no longer true. And these guys are blank, but that doesn't do anything. And then that surges into Ancient Causeway. When it's explored, you raise your threat by 2. So 5 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That clears that one. And I will reveal the top card of the Orc deck. Angmar Captain. That's the guy I was a little bit worried about. Yeah, I'll travel there because I need enemies. Engage him. No choice. Shadow card face up. Attacking enemy gets +1 or +2 instead of the defending character is damaged. So we're looking at a 6 attack here. Now I know the top card of my deck is something good. So I'm going to defend with Dane Ironfoot. And he's attacking for 6. So I'm defending for 4. So I discard this. Pretty sure it's one of those guys. And that would be 5 defense. I'll discard another card. Glorfindel. Awesome. So no damage. Ready. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough. And I'll gain a resource off Gandalf's staff. End of the round. I don't think there's anything else to do. So refresh. Another miner. That's the big downside of having Gandalf blank, so I've got no idea what is on the quest card. I think he should have another damage actually, because he's supposed to deal a damage to a hero. Okay, let's play an Armor of Erebor. Because then I'll be 5 defense. And I don't need to mine my deck blindly so much. I'll hold the cancel for that blanket damage treachery. And it'd be nice to play Treebeard. I can actually use Gandalf's resources to do that. But I kind of want to lower my threat at some point in this game. Let's see, let's think about this. I wonder if I could just do a blind mine. I'm going to do it, because if I gain 1 resource, I can lower my threat this turn. Actually, it's not blind. What I can do is I can swap that, because my wizard pipe's still active, and I can say 3 and get a free ally and gain 1 guaranteed resource. That's good. So I've got 3 of these miners out now. Let's move them up here. 3 attack power. And I lost Bilbo. But I did gain a Northern Tracker. Alright, that's nice. Another thing I can do, I guess, is draw a card and then just discard my Elven Light again. So I think I'll do that. And I can lower my threat next round. Silver Lamp. Okay, I don't need that. So I'll discard Elven Light. Alright, let's go to the quest phase. So we're only up against 2. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. Now that should be enough to clear this, because it's only 2 progress. 1 card. Cornered Orc. 2. This is bad. 3 enemies. So I'm getting 5 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I raise my threat by 2. Uh-oh. And then I reveal the top card of the Orc deck. Angmar Marauder. This just got interesting. Right, so I don't want to travel there, because that's another enemy. But I am taking 4 attacks. Luckily, I'm going to know what this shadow card is. So as soon as he engages me, it makes an immediate attack. Face up shadow card so I can decide to defend it or not. Yeah, I will not be defending that one. So it's a 2 attack undefended. Goes on Arwen. And then that goes away. Combat phase, shadow cards. And I really need to kill one of these. So I'm going to have to keep Gandalf up to kill this guy. Let's see what these shadow cards are. Do I need to discard any of them? That one's pretty terrible. +1 attack for each damage character the defending player controls. So if I discard that, I can actually defend it with an Erdluin Miner. So I'll use a staff, discard that shadow card, and then defend him. So my Miner takes 1 damage. Then I can defend these 2, no problem. Dane Arfoot's actually 5 now, so he doesn't need to discard any cards to defend this Angmar Captain. And defend this Angmar Marauder. He's not going to destroy an ally. His shadow cards go away. And then 3 attack, kill him. Whew, thankfully. So he dies, I get a resource token there. And I've got 2 attack left. So I can do 1 damage to that cornered orc. And I think that's it. So end of the round, raise my threat by 1. And Arwen's text box is blank now, so I can't use her ability. So I need to remember that next turn. Test of Will, great, really nice. I don't need to mine blindly because I do still have my wizard pipe. So I will swap the top card of my deck for this silver lamp. I don't need another one. I'll say 2. Gain 1 resource. Now a seriously good card here would be Treebeard, because he's really going to help me to kill these enemies for the rest of the game. And he also has a lot of health to soak up some damage. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically a 4th hero. Let's move some of these guys over here because they're just questing. And I'll give him additional resource token per round. I don't want to get him damaged while I've got cold from Angmar though, because he won't gain any resources. But there we go. And I think I'll lower my threat by 6. So I'll go down to 39. A little bit more comfortable. Doesn't make that much difference, but it at least stops me from threatening out anytime soon. Now there's no active location, so I won't be getting another enemy, but I don't actually need any more. All I need to do is kill these 2 to get to the next stage. And there's only 2 threatened there. The main thing to be worrying about is that damage treachery, but I do have cancellation, so I'll quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. And that should be more than enough to break even with whatever comes out. First card, another cornered orc. These guys just love it. They absolutely love it. 3 progress. Doesn't do anything. Another attack coming in. Shadow card is face up because of my lamp. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack for each damaged character the defending player controls. That's going to be a lot of attack. So I reckon chump block, probably, because I've got another 3 attacks coming in. And I don't know what they are, and it could be a lot worse. So I'll chump block with Eredlu and Minor. He's going to get buffed to like 6 or something, so he dies. But no penalty for that, I think. It's only at the second stage as a penalty for that. Then combat phase. CDs. Yeah, that's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's on more than 1 card. Disgusting. So +1 attack for each damaged character I control. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Another one getting +1 attack. So what actually is that? It's 4. So he is going to be 7. And he is going to be 6. And 7. So actually I can survive it, no problem with Dane Ironfoot. I'm going to discard this shadow card because that's terrible for this when I've got blanking out. So defend this one, and it's +4, so it goes up to 7. I'm defending for 5, so I discard 2 cards. No damage. Ready, and then I've got 1 more defense with Dane Ironfoot. He's hitting for 6, I'm defending for 5, so I will just do the same again. 1. That's Dane Ironfoot's ability maxed out. And let's try and kill a few of these. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack at my disposal. I will kill the Angmar Marauder. 4, 5, 6. Goodbye. So another token on there. So I need 1 more to do it. So I should go through this turn. I hope. End of the round. Another Ether Swordsman. That's great. Right, I will not blind mine. Residual mine, say 2. 2 resources. Ether Swordsman, definitely. 100%. Let's kind of move some of these allies around, clean this up a little bit. Looks a bit messy. I can't spend Gandalf's resources because I've got no neutral cards, so I guess I'll just go on the quest. 2 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 7 again. 1 card. Find shelter. Surge time 4. I'll put tokens on there for that. Forced. After the last time counter is removed from this quest card, each player deals 4 damage to a hero he controls, then place 4 time counters on this quest card. Okay, that's an interesting point of the game to get that one. And Biting Wind. When revealed, assign X damage among characters committed to the quest. X is the number of characters committed to the quest. That's the one I was worried about. It's only 3 damage, but it's actually going to kill basically all of them, including the heroes, so I'll cancel that. Surges though, because it's the first weather. Oh my goodness. Search the ruins. Surge. Thanks, Caleb. Force. At the end of the refresh phase, raise each player's threat by 2. Response after Search the Ruins is defeated, reduce each player's threat by 3. And the 4th encounter card of this round is Ruins of Arnor. Forced. After the when revealed effect of a treachery card is cancelled, raise each player's threat by 2. What an insane turn. So 3 progress on nothing. And I think it's pretty risky to go through at this point. So I guess I'll travel there because I need to get rid of it. And try and clear one of these next turn. I'll probably do this one because that's going to be seriously bad. And then I'll do Find Shelter because I've got 4 turns to do it. Combat phase, shadow cards, face up. Defending player either raises threat by 3 or this attack is considered undefended. I'll be getting rid of that. So defend with Dane Ironfoot, no damage. This one's not 6 attack anymore. No shadow card here, so I'll just do that, no damage. And then I suppose, just in case anything goes wrong, I'll put 1 damage on him just to soften him up. And then I'll go to the next turn. Ugh, this just went south. Okay, hidden cache. Well, I can swap that to the top, and I'll say 0. So 3 resources for that one, and a Will of the West. 1, 2, 3. My Northern Tracker's not really going to help me, because I don't want to clear this camp. I could quest with him, I suppose, and not trigger his ability. I think I'll draw a card with Elven Knight. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play Glorfindel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was good. And then I won't do anything else. I'll just stick on this. So questing, I want to slam through this. I should have raised my threat by another 2 for that one. And I should take a time counter off for that one. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know that damage treachery is coming out. You just know it. Blatantly. This needs a lot of quest points, sorry. 15. I'm going to ready Glorfindel now. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13. 15. 18. You just know I'm going to get wrecked by some treachery here. You know it. 21. Here we go. Another side quest, you're joking. Surge. Characters cannot be healed. After Make Camp is defeated, each player heals up to 3 damage from a hero he controls. It's not too bad, to be honest, because that's going to let me unblank Arwen. And it surges into Sheltered Valley. Whilst the active location, it gains response. When Sheltered Valley is explored, heal all damage from one character. Travel, remove 1 resource token from the mission objective. That's alright. That's pretty good, actually. That's going to help me. So I make 17 progress. So 1, 2, 3. And I absolutely own Search the Ruins for 14. After Search the Ruins is defeated, reduce each player's threat by 3. Don't mind if I do. That goes away, but I have to reveal top card of the Orc deck. Ah, that's good. A little bit of respite. Concealed Orc Camp. I'll travel there and actually remove a token from that one. That helps me, because now I can kill one of these guys. Combat phase, shadow cards face up because of Dane Ironfoot. +1 for him and +1 for him. So no issues here. I can just defend both. And then I'll use Glorfindel to kill one of them. Let's kill the guy on the left, because left is lucky. I'll gain a resource from Gandalf's staff. And then end of the round. Time 4. So I need to clear that one this turn, I reckon. I don't want to be dealing 4 damage to Dane Ironfoot and blanking him. That would be terrible. So let's go to the next turn. Hidden cache, swap it. 0. 3 resources. What can I actually spend them on? Probably Erebor Toymaker. 1, 2, 3. Let's play him. Put him under there. And we'll get a free Unexpected Courage. I'll use that on Dane Ironfoot, needless to say, because I'm probably going to need that defense. I've got another... Yeah, I might as well play that Northern Tracker, I suppose. I don't think it's going to cost me to do that. I'll play him. Okay, now I want to clear Find Shelter. And I don't want to clear these Orc camps for the sake of it. So I'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15. 15 against 4. I should put a token on the mission, I just realised, because I cleared it last turn. So many triggers in this. I can heal Gandalf this turn. That's awesome. Okay, definitely want to clear that. Let's do another 2. Let's do 20. I need 6 on here. That's probably excessive, but let's do it. Let's make absolutely sure. First card. When revealed, each player assigns X damage on one character he controls, where X is the number of quest cards in play. That is 3. 3 damage on one character I control. One of them is going to be blank. I'm going to stick that on Glorfindel, because I'm just using him for his ready. So it's not going to do anything. Surges, though. Into Tragic Discovery. When revealed, raise each player's threat by the threat of the active location. That is 2. 16 progress, so 4 and 12 on Find Shelter. Ah, wait, characters cannot be healed, so actually I should quest on this one. Otherwise I can't make use of this ability. So I'm going to do a little backseat there. There's no way I would have gone on that if I'd noticed that. So I'm actually going to quest on Make Camp. Although, I'm not sure it actually makes any difference, because technically you explore the active location first, and then you do the quest. Each character can't be healed after Make Camp is defeated. Each player heals up to 3 damage from here. So if that triggers before that, maybe you can't use it. Which sucks. Because now the ruling is that you do this. So you put 16. I'll put 12 on here, say. I'm not going to backseat my backseat. I'll stay on Make Camp. But you trigger the response to the active location leave in play. While Sheltered Valley is explored, heal all damage from one character. So I could technically heal 4 from Gandalf, but that says characters cannot be healed, and it hasn't left play yet. Weird timing thing. I mean, maybe I'm just making it harder for myself, but I'm actually not going to take advantage of this just in case. So I'll just let that go, and then when this one is explored, I'll heal up to 3 damage from a hero. I'll heal that from Arwen then, just to make one of my heroes safe. I won't travel, because I don't want to. Combat phase, shadow card, face up, deal 1 damage. I could take it undefended, but I'll just discard it. And I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to do Find Shelter first before I go through. Long game it turned into suddenly because of that rush of side quests. I probably won't play anything. I'll just quest for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is plenty, I would think. Only needs 6 on it. I'll do 15 to seal the deal. 1 card. Cornered Orc. 9 progress. After the last time counts removed from this quest card, each player deals 4 damage to heroes. No benefit for clearing that. Just gets rid of it, thankfully. And then I'll engage him. Makes an immediate attack. Shadow cards face up. +1 or +2 instead if the defending character is damaged. I'll just defend it with Dane Arthur. It goes up to 3, not going to do anything. Ready him before we go to the combat phase so that the shadow cards can be dealt face up again. Nothing there. Do it nice and quick. Now I'm going to go through. So I'll use Glorfindel, kill that, which puts a progress on token on there, sorry, and I go immediately to stage 2 because there are 4 tokens on it. So that goes there. And then after Savage Counterattack enters play, advance to stage 2A. And the other thing is, forced, after an enemy attacks and destroys a character, discard 1 resource token from Savage Counterattack. If there are no resource tokens here, the players lose the game. That will get rid of Cold from Angmar, thankfully, which means my characters are no longer blanked. And we go to 2A. So Cornered Animals, when revealed, end the current phase. So that was the quest phase. Oh no, combat phase, sorry. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and the Orc deck into the encounter deck. So let's move all of them to the encounter deck. Shuffle into encounter deck, and I'll just shuffle it again. Reveal Orc Ambush and Amon Thorn and add them to the staging area. So there's Amon Thorn. Immune to player card effects. While Amon Thorn is the active location, it gains force. After an Orc enemy is added to the staging area, it makes an immediate attack against the first player. Players cannot win while Amon Thorn is in play, and then we get ambushed. So when revealed, each player must search the encounter deck and discard pile for an Orc enemy and put it into play and engage with him. Shuffle the encounter deck. I'll go and grab one of the Angmar Orcs, because they don't get that when revealed effect. And he's hitting for 3 and defending for 4. It's a thing to remember. Each damaged character gets -1 willpower. At the beginning of the quest phase, either discard 1 resource token from Savage Counterattack or reveal an additional encounter card this phase. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. So quest. Get rid of Orc Ambush, I think. Travel to Amon Foran and get through there. And then these Concealed Orc Camps, well, it's the active location. Place 1 resource token on the mission objective. Travel. The first player searches the encounter token, discard a front orc enemy and puts it into play engage with them. Maybe I should have gone there this turn. That's probably a little strategy tip, I suppose, if you know this quest really well. End of the round. Now I really need to lower my threat big time because I'm at serious risk of threatening out. So I'm going to shuffle my discard pile back in, I think, this turn. What I'll do though before I do that is play that Northern Tracker because he's super good. So I will play him for the full 4. And then I might want to grab an Elven Light out of my discard pile before I shuffle my deck. So I'll draw a card. Residual Miner. Oh, Elfhelm. I want him too. So I will... Let's see. I'll probably draw another card. Let's just draw one more card. Okay, so no more deck. And then I'll play Will of the West, put it up here, to shuffle this into my deck. Hidden Cache on top, beautiful. So I'll say 0, gain 3 resources. I'll use Arwen's ability, she's not blank anymore. And I'll draw that Test of Will. Another Hidden Cache there, that's nice. Ooh, that's tempting. I'm going to do it because I'm greedy. So I'll say 0, 3 resources, and I'll play Elfhelm. That's going to help me a lot because any doomed or anything is going to stop me from threatening out at least. Okay, now the thing that's to be mindful of is that each damaged character gets -1 willpower. I think what I'm going to do is clear up Orc Ambush before I try and push for the win here. The other thing to think about is that either discard 1 resource token from Savage Counterattack or reveal an additional encounter card. So I've basically got 4 rounds to finish this up. This turn I'll discard the resource token. And then I'll quest on Orc Ambush. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's only 2 willpower. But I'll quest with him. And I'll ready him. It's -1, yeah. And I'll do Arwen for another 3. 16 against 8. I think I'll go with Treebeard too because I can ready him up. So I'm up by 10. This seems good. Only 1 card. Let's do it. Angmar Marauder. So he's actually a 4. 6 progress. So I clear it. Good. 4 side quests completed. Alright, do I go to Amon Foran? Concealed Orc Camp would be another orc. That would be dirty. I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to go there and try and clear up a few of these idiots. Engage this. Shadow cards face up. Silver Lamp, such a good card. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack. That's a 4, no big deal. +1 attack for each damaged character the defending player controls. I've got 4, so he will be 6. And +1. So I will use the staff to get rid of that. So he's actually only a 2. Okay, defend this guy, no damage. Ready, defend this guy, no damage. Ready, defend this guy, no damage. Swap Elven Light to the top, discard it. I don't need that, discard it. I'm looking for that, that's the card I want. So I'm actually going to play that while I'm in the middle of using his ability. Go down by 6. And I've got 1 more trigger on his ability, but I'm not going to use it because I've got this nice Westward Traveller. So I'll do 3, 4, 5, 6. That will let me kill the Angmar Orc. And then I need 6 to kill him. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Creamed him. And then I only need 2 to kill that guy. That was worth putting that 1 damage on him earlier. So he's dead too. Clean the board up. That's good. Next turn. Okay, nothing. I'm just trying to remember all of these things so I don't make any mistakes. I'm sure I've made a mistake this game. It's impossible not to when there's so many triggers. So I need to remember this now. If an orc enemy is added to a stage area, it makes an immediate attack against the first player. Players cannot win while Amon 4 is in play. Each damage character gets -1. Okay, what am I going to play this turn? I don't think I need another Sigil Miner, so I'll say 2. Ooh, freebie. Love it when that happens. So I get 1 resource. More threat reduction. Do I need that right now? Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? So I'll go down by 6. 34. Hidden cash, that's beautiful. 0. So another 3. And I'll play my Erebor Toymaker. Get all 3 of those guys out. There's some beardy looking dudes. And play an Unexpected Courage. And I'll play that on Gandalf. I can quest with him then. And I've got one more thing to do, which is discard 1 Westward Traveler to gain a resource. So I've got 2 Tested Wills. Although actually, they don't surge anymore, so I'm going to take that back. I only need 1, because I don't think these treacheries surge. I'm kind of worried about the damage treachery and it wiping my board, but I think I'll be okay. So quest, and win. Start the quest phase, I'll take a token off. Let's do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now these camps aren't going to do much for me at this point. One of those guys is damaged though, so I've only got 13. I'm going to blow them with these trackers. So that just reduces the staging area to nothing. So as soon as they commit to the quest, I'll put 2 progress on them. So that's down to 0, 15, let's do 18, 21, or rather 20, 19, because he's -1. Easy to forget. 22. Let's do Treebeard. 24. Nothing in there. 1 card. Angmar Marauder. He is going to make an immediate attack because of Amon 4, and that's cool. Defend with Danar Foot. Now this could go sideways if he gets that plus attack shadow effect. Could go deeply sideways. No. Good. So I'll ready him as well. So that's 3. So I make 21. So 6 and 15. So I've got 1 more turn. That goes to the victory display. I'll just put it over here with these side quests. Engage this guy. Shadow card is face up now because he's engaged with me. There's the shadow effect we're worried about. Discard that 1. Defend. No damage. Ready. I don't even need to ready him really because I've got so many tricks and attack cards that he's just basically turned to dust. Next turn. Final turn, hopefully, of this longer than I hoped game. I probably won't play anything. Just, I think I'll take the extra card. Ugh, that's probably stupid. I'll take the extra card. Let's see what we get. So we'll reveal an additional encounter card this phase. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because he's -1. 12, 15. 15 against nothing. 2 cards being revealed. Let's quest with all these guys. He's a 1. 22. That'll do. 2 cards. First card, Sheltered Valley. Second card, Cornered Orc. Amon 4 is not active anymore, so it doesn't make an immediate attack. That is 16 progress. Oh, sorry, 18 progress. I can't count because my mind's boggled from this crazy game. 33, and I think that's a win. 12 rounds. That's quite a long one. That was hard. So many triggers there. So many triggers. So many things going on. And there was one turn where I felt like I had it all under control, and then, as you probably saw, it totally spiraled. So many surge side quests. What was that all about? Still, that was a good game. Solid run. Solid run. That was good. Enjoyed that. So I got one more quest to do. But I kind of need a little break. So I'm going to stop the video here and come back in 5 minutes for a game of Dead Man's Dyke. So I'll see you in that video. Bye-bye for now.